Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I am your host, the Housecoat Gamer. Time for Time and Tide. Oh god, this is gonna be a really bad thing. My rage knows no bounds with this.
We have been contacted by the Federation from the 29th century. Their Temporal Integrity Commission is charged with protecting the timeline from factions who might want to change history. Considering our recent experiences, we feel the need to better understand the rules of time travel. However, it's important we don't know too much about the future, so we have decided to designate one representative to learn what we need to know. And given your record, you were the logical choice. You are to rendezvous with the USS Postok. Her captain will give you a more thorough briefing upon arrival.
Alright, I may as well get this out of the way. Yes, this is the same ship. I'm not using the Legendary. On another note, I want to know who the hell Kurtzman hired to redesign the Enterprise for that godforsaken movie. Because this doesn't work. I mean, structurally, any engineer is going to tell you they had to either complete... This is either a complete teardown and rebuild, or it's not the same ship, because this is not how refits work. With refits, there is at least things in the same place. Even with the Essex class, when they were refit to use jets, you could still see elements of the old straight deck Essex class. This? They would have had to completely redo the interior and exterior and the internal structure.
Please report to the USS Postok.
And before you say, well, they did that with TMP, didn't they? No, they didn't. Alright. I completely forgot. Before you guys wonder, what did he forget? I was doing personal endevs. And one of them involved Tetrion damage. And as I was saying, before anyone goes, that's exactly how they refit the Enterprise from TOS to TMP, right? Well, you're only kinda right. They didn't alter any of the structure of the ship. You know, the bones, the major structural members for the primary and secondary hulls. The neck was in roughly the same place. The pylons were moved a little further back, but other than that, very few structural changes. Internally, the bones were the same.
It's a pleasure to see you again. I'm glad you were selected as your time's representative. I can't imagine a better selection. Of course, I already knew you were going to be chosen, but that doesn't change my appreciation. Your recent experiences with time travel have begun a new phase of development, and a perilous one at that. Understanding the rules of time travel is of vital importance.
Dealing with you idiots is also a test of patience. I have nothing fond to say about the Temporal Integrity Directive. They employ Daniels, who is an idiot, and has destroyed time itself on more than one occasion. I just want him shot. I think everyone can understand this. Now let's get this over with.
Are you ready to visit the future?
Because, well, I need coffee.
Welcome to New Kittimer.
Here we are. Since you're from the past, I'll be your chaperone during the event, hopefully protecting you from any temporal incidents. Purely procedural, of course. You've already demonstrated your ability to remain silent about things you aren't supposed to know.
You think I'm not gonna report this to my superiors? You're an idiot. On the other hand, I'm also recording this, so ha!
Welcome, gentle being, to the signing of the Temporal Accords. Your biosigns aren't listed on our register today. I'll need to... wait. I know you. I wrote a paper about you in classical history class at the Academy. I must say, you look much younger than your holo images. Wait, what year did you come from?
That's classified.
Oh, that explains why you look so young. Well, you sure have an eventful future ahead of you. Forget I said that. I'm not supposed to say things like that. To be honest, I'm still getting used to the new temporal regulations. They can be a little confusing. Anyway, the TIC crews are scrubbing the hall for anything that might cause a paradox if visitors from the past, like yourself, encounter them. It will be just a few moments. Perhaps you would like to chat with some of our other guests here in the lobby. I believe they have all been cleared for trans-temporal interactions. I'm sure you'll have plenty to talk about.
Oh god, I do not want to deal with this right now. I'm sorry, I have a headache. And it was before this started. And now I have to deal with this, something that I absolutely despise. I was never a fan of this mission.
Greetings, friend. How may I help you?
I don't need your help. I actually agree with the Nakul on this one. But only because it created an enemy no one needs.
The Nakul are here to protest the signing of these unlawful biased accords.
Biased? Not really. There are plenty of things in my past I would like to change. But I'm not allowed to.
The Tholians ravaged our homeworld thanks to the Federation's ineptitude. In one dark moment, my people were scattered throughout the stars. All we were, our history, our way of life, was nearly lost. And when we needed the Federation the most, we were denied. Terrorists, they called us. Criminals, the dregs of the galaxy. These words, these deeds will never be forgotten or forgiven.
You know, you're only called a terrorist if you actually perform acts of terrorism. Like, say, bombings or attacks meant to specifically garner a political response. And you've certainly done that. Or at least a certain number of you have. Honestly, I don't care. You know who you should be blaming? Caldano. Not me. I'm really tired of getting blamed for other people's screw-ups.
Today, the Federation and their lackeys come to tell the galaxy which timeline is best and what they'll do to keep it that way. But who are they to dictate such terms? To tell us that their history is more important than ours?
I just want to get this over with.
Attention all guests. The main hall is now open. Please make your way to your seats.
I hate this mission. Alright, let's talk to the Tholian, who is really responsible for the Nakul nonsense.
The Tholian Assembly has decided to support the Accords. We are concerned that a rogue individual or species could disrupt our development. The Accords do not go far enough. We want to end all time travel. For any reason, we will continue to lobby for change. aggressively. Should the Union fail to preserve the timeline, the Assembly will succeed by any means necessary. That is all.
I hate Tholians.
Time travel is a coward's weapon. Every conspiracy relies on playing the present rather than a memory of the past, a dream of the future.
I hate Brain. There are also a lot of things I hate, exacerbated by the fact that I had a headache before starting this vid, and, well, the hate. It never ends.
I am honored by the Founders and pleased to observe this most historic event. Although the Dominion was not greatly affected by the development of time travel, we have an interest in safeguarding the time stream.
Jolan True, you are from the past, from before the time the Romulans joined the Federation, I'll wager. How strange all of this must be for you. The entire galaxy unites in preserving the timeline. This is truly a momentous day for all.
Foreshadowing Picard, because this came out before Picard did.
Well, one of our very special guests. It is so nice to meet you. I am Wixit, your humble master of ceremonies for this historic event. Quite an honor, wouldn't you say? So exciting! This ceremony is about to begin, so you should find your seat. But I'd love to chat with you after the signing.
Look, buddy, I get it. You hate the Accords. You hate the fact that someone screwed up and didn't restore your son before hiding the Toxu Tot. Don't get bitchy with me. Yeah, I'm not a fan of being framed for anyone's screw-ups.
The Nakul are not here to sign these accords. We have already been victims of time-traveling aliens. But somehow this incursion into the timeline has been overlooked. Perhaps because of its importance to the founding of the Galactic Union. We proposed an amendment to restore our home world in the timeline, but it was rejected. Therefore we are here, with all eyes of the galaxy upon us, to point out the hypocrisy and unlawfulness of these accords.
Well, you do have time-traveling terrorists going throughout the galaxy, which isn't helping your case.
Your uniform. 25th century, correct? You're definitely a visitor from the past, and an honored one at that. Welcome to the 28th century. I hope you'll enjoy seeing what your work and sacrifice has wrought.
Nice to know Enterprise is being mentioned. Apparently the Klingon Empire collapses sometime in the, I suppose we could call it, near future, and is forced to join the Federation to survive. The Star Empire is gone, the Klingon Empire is gone. The old enemies cannot challenge them. Long live the United Federation of Planets.
Greetings. Pardon me for saying so, but you look very familiar. Have we met before? Wait, I remember you from my history studies. You saved our homeworld. There's a statue in your honor in the capital city on Lucari Prime. Oh, wait. That's already happened for you, right? Oh, good. Whew. That'd be just my luck to cause a paradox here, today. Can you imagine?
I am reminded of a quote from ancient Earth. And when Alexander saw the breadth of his domain, he wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer.
Huh.
Delegates and honored guests, your attention please. The signing ceremony is about to begin. Please take your seats.
This is going to end very badly.
representatives from dozens of species have gathered to witness this historic event. It looks like they are getting ready to begin the formal signing. Of course, this is largely ceremonial. The negotiation... Wait, there is some kind of
This oppression will not stand. The time stream shall be free. We will liberate the galaxy from the tyranny of the temporal accords. We shall wipe the stain of the Federation from history.
Quick, get the delegates to safety. The Krenim are taking the delegates hostage. The Krenim have grabbed the delegates and are holding them hostage in some nearby offices. This is damn peculiar. We're facing a major temporal flux here. The hostiles have neutralized embassy security, but it looks like they weren't expecting us to be here. It's up to us to rescue the delegates.
I can never have a lazy day, can I? Can't just do a mission that doesn't involve shooting at everything in sight. I mean, I enjoy shooting at everything in sight.
Watch out! More Krenim beaming in!
But... it's always something.
More Krenim! Neutralize them as quickly as possible. We need to save those delegates.
Can anybody hear us? The Krenim are holding us hostage in the embassy offices. Please, anyone, help!
Alright, I'm getting to it.
The Krenim are holding us hostage, requesting immediate assistance.
Working on it.
Hang on, we're on our way.
I thought my life path was at an end.
Cooperate, and you won't be harmed.
Proving me wrong.
Resist, and your safety cannot be guaranteed.
Noye, I'm not in the mood to deal with you.
It was a good day to die for the Krenim.
Ha ha. I am going to get my hands on some Tylenol after this. Because this headache is going to be detrimental.
You saved my world, and now you've saved me. I'm beginning to like you.
Oh, ha ha. Don't inflate my ego any more than it already is. It ends badly. And I'm not in the mood to suffer hubris. Hubris sucks.
I shall live to serve the Founders another day. My thanks to you, of course.
This wasn't supposed to happen. History says the Accords were signed and there was no mention of an attack. Those look like Krenim ships.
Yes, they do.
This conference will not continue. I won't abide it. All ships fire at will. Leave no survivors.
But yeah, as I was saying before, this design just doesn't work. As a refit of an earlier one. Now the only thing that seems to have been kept is the saucer section. Even then, that's been...
I recognize that ship.
Drastically changed.
Oh no, not this time. This time, You will not prevail. Taste the bitter dregs of failure.
Yeah, right. Now, continuing on, the major structural brace was right at the bottom of the impulse engines. Which makes sense. It's a big, heavy area. It's going to need a fair bit of structural support, even outside of gravity. So why it doesn't have any structural support in the form of the next section makes no sense. The engineering section has also been significantly narrowed. And don't get me started on the nacelles and their pylons. Honestly, I would like to talk to the people in charge of this.
Have used the Krenim attack as a cover to attack the temporal sensor array. All our forces are tied up fighting the Krenim. We can't afford to lose that array. It monitors the time stream for incursions. If it were damaged, people could travel into the past without being detected. Curious. The Krenim and Nakul vessels have started fighting each other in the confusion. Let's make the most of that, shall we?
Sure. But yeah, it appears that other than the saucer section, which has undergone some structural changes, this is a completely new ship. Ouch. You know, I just want to check something. Traits are still there. Do you know how annoying it is to... Speaking of annoying, it is to lose my traits and not be able to put them back into place until sometime later. Not fun. Oh, come on, I can survive without my shields for a second or two.
We've got the Krenim on the run over here. Stay focused on the array.
I am focused on the array. I'm blowing apart as many Krenim as I can. I really do want to get my hands on one of those ships someday. Without having to, you know, pay out the nose on the exchange, or perform lockbox roulette. Oh, I don't think so. Now I honestly know I could have went with far better weapons, but...
We've cleared out most of the Krenim ships. Engaging Anoraks now. The more the merrier.
Well, I wanted to make sure I used the actual loadouts before I casually discarded their cannon weaponry before something even better. And I would use Kelvin timeline dual beam banks and turrets and cannons if there were any. We just got beam arrays here.
Noye, I seem to remember a little about my briefing on your timeline. He was a Krenim researcher on the Anoraks Timeship project, if memory serves.
Yes, it does.
I thought as much. Something must have disturbed the timeline. I'm afraid you will need to return to your own time to investigate. I'll accompany you, but I can't interact with anybody from your time. I'll open a portal when you're ready. Are you ready now?
Yep.
You are cleared for docking.
Supervisor.
Welcome back to Kiana. We hadn't expected to see you again so soon. To what do we owe the pleasure?
Noye.
Noye? Well, he's been working on some secret project of late. To be honest, he's been more than a little hostile, and that's saying something for Noye. I was about to check in with him, if you would like to accompany me.
Alright. Hello, Noye. We have much to discuss.
Oh, it's you. I thought I'd seen the last of you after you flew off to your great victory over the Iconians. Well, what do you want? I'm very busy.
At least he realizes it wasn't exactly a victory.
Come now, you can read, can't you? Access my latest report to command if you want to know what I'm working on. Feel free to waste the time of the charming bureaucrat standing next to you, but I'll thank you to stop wasting mine. Now, if this interrogation is over, I've more important matters to attend to. Good day.
Get back here, Noye.
Like I said, more than a little hostile. He's been like this for some time now, and no one's sure why.
Well, I have some insider knowledge. I think he's plotting treason.
Treason? Noye? I mean, sure, he's been difficult to work with, but... Oh, I hope you're wrong. Noye has top-level access to everything we're working on here. I don't need to tell you how much damage that could do in the wrong hands. Let me call up his files.
He was working on the Anoraks. Wait a minute. It looks like he was accessing the launch protocols and docking clamp.
Oh, great. He set us up the bomb.
Ah, I see you found my farewell gift, Tralla. I'm so glad. As for you, I'm taking command of the Anoraks now. I can see that bothers you greatly. So will the numerous bombs I've left behind.
I have bombs to disarm. But seriously, he set us up the bomb. Alright, where's that last bomb? There it is. Oh boy. Would you kindly get to your feet? We got work to do.
Noye stole the Anoraks? I can't believe it. How could he do such a thing? What drove him to betray us like this?
Let's find out.
There's only one way to find out. Computer, bring up the research notes and personal logs of researcher Noye. Authorization Tralla 23, Victor 6 Sigma.
Please input your selection below.
Personal log supplemental. We had some visitors from the Alliance today. Noye was rather rude to them, but I managed to smooth things over. This time. Still, he has good reason to be stressed. The war isn't going well, and there's a lot of pressure on him right now. He could be a bit more agreeable, however. Perhaps a peace offering. Those Terran snack cakes he's so fond of with the... what is the word? Nougat. I tried to tell him about the baby again last night, but he was so stressed out. I just couldn't add to his burden. Hopefully things will calm down a bit soon and I can tell him. On a positive note, my work is progressing quite well. I believe these logs should now be shielded from any kind of temporal incursion.
Oh boy. He's probably gonna blame me for the whole incident with the Krenim time ship, isn't he?
Please input your selection below.
Personal log, supplemental. My review of the time capsule files is complete. What I have learned has shocked me to the very core of my being. I had a wife, and she was pregnant. My wife and unborn child were murdered by the Federation and their allies. They devastated my people, murdered my family, and erased an entire species from time and space. I cannot let this stand. This I vow. I shall not rest until I have restored my family or avenged their deaths. Time itself shall be the instrument of my vengeance.
Oh God, review the freaking notes, you idiot. You ordered the damn thing used. Are you blaming Nog for ordering the damn thing to fire when you're the one who put in all the calculations? Selected the target? You can see why I'm a little more than angry at this mission.
Please input your selection below.
Personal log, supplemental. At last, I have found them, the Tutarians. Or rather, what they have become. Some of them managed to escape the treachery of the Federation, finding sanctuary in a trans-dimensional void. They are powerful. So powerful that some primitive species worship them like gods. And yet, they are trapped in their realm, no longer able to exist within prime space. But I can help them. I can release them from Durance Vile. With these builders at my side, I shall have my vengeance for Clouda.
Please download complete.
What the? We're under attack!
Oh, let me guess. What the? Was the hologram drifting?
Noye has returned, and he's made a number of potent modifications to his ship. We could use some help up here with him and his allies.
I have been waiting for this for a long time. At last, I take the first fateful steps upon my path of vengeance.
They'll be your last if you're not careful.
As always, your thinking is so limited. For you, it has been moments, but for me, it has been years. Years of planning, building, all to return to this moment in time, to end you.
You're not a Starship captain, or a combatant. Stand down.
Oh, but it does, believe me. You took them. My wife, my unborn child. Time was your weapon then, and it is mine now. With it, I will eradicate your wretched alliance, just as you wiped the Tutarians from history. But first things first. It's time for you to die.
That's what you think.
This is Walker. We've got our hands full with Noye over here, but we'll keep him busy while you defend the station. We could use a hand once it's secure, though. Anorax packs quite a punch.
Well, fortunately for you, so does my boat. Fleet-grade Tier 6 ships. That's why I love them.
Noye has learned some new tricks. This definitely isn't the
Ooh, Urk battle theme music. I'm not complaining, I'm actually rather surprised and pleased. Get back here! What the? Oh, you're not getting away, buddy. Do try better. I am on your ass. You are not getting away from me. That's unique.
Oh, there you are. I thought we'd lost you. What happened to Noye?
He got away.
Damn. A rogue agent out there with a ship like the Anorax is a real big problem. One step at a time. Let's get you back to the 25th century once you're ready for the trip.
I see they still haven't fixed that.
So, Noye turned against us, huh? This is troublesome. With his theft of the Anorax, he poses a great threat to the galaxy. Sadly, I don't think we've seen the last of him. The surprise actions of the Nakul are also a concern. What could they be up to, I wonder? Regardless, I think you'll agree. The battlefield just got a lot bigger.
When doesn't it get bigger? Housecoat Gaming signing off.